My mental illness stems from many different experiences that I've had throughout my life. The first one being dealing with domestic violence in my childhood home against myself and my mother for many years, till up into my teens, until we pretty much made a run for it and left with the clothes on our back. I ate a lot. It was my comfort. You couldn't prize it away from me. You couldn't share it either. And I ballooned to well, I know what size I was, about a size 20, but I was about 14 stone, which was very big for a teenager, which caused me to be bullied at school. And I found that really hard, because all I wanted to have was friends and people that liked me. I just wanted to be liked so much. So I just kind of merged into whatever was going on at the time. I was a people pleaser by nature, and also just because I wanted to be liked. I lost the weight as I went to uni, and then spent a few years in Coventry while I was there, and then left, got my first job, went to London, and that's when my problems really started to spiral out of control, mainly because I had not addressed anything that had happened in my past. I had a lot of anger that I wasn't letting go of. I would never speak out, but that was because I wasn't used to being able to speak out. I was always told, keep quiet, don't say anything, you know. So I would just do that. It came natural to me to not speak out, not let my anger out, not to offend anyone, just to people please, pretty much. So yeah, I lost my first job and then went to London. And got my first job there, which I thought was going to bring me, you know, hope and happiness. You know, when you look at London as a city, you think there's opportunity, it's going to be amazing, and unfortunately it didn't really work like that. I got there and yeah, struggled. I was on my own. I struggled with my health for a bit. I started to get very ill and couldn't work out why. I was always in the doctors. They couldn't work out why either, until I had a biopsy, and even then they still couldn't work out what was the problem. And many years later, it turned out to be SLE lupus, which is an incurable autoimmune disease. So yes, so then I had to learn to deal with that, and I was battling with being alone away from my family, but being a bit of a tyrant, I wasn't going to give up. I was going to, you know, carry on battling no matter what, because I just thought this was life. It's hard, you batter on through, until the next thing happened. I met lots of different friends. My friends used to call me the Pied Piper, because I used to have friends from all over the place, and they'd be always like, where have you found this friend from? And half the time I don't even know. I used to just meet people, and suddenly I'd just have a new friend from out of nowhere. But it never did me any good. Being a people pleaser, it was never a good thing, because they would turn out to not be the right person for me. They'd turn out to, you know, just not be the right person for me, bring out the worst in me. And then basically what brought me to rock bottom was, one, on my birthday my drink was spiked, and that really it really hurt me, because I was disappointed. It was my birthday. The only thing I have to remember of it is the fact that, is everybody else's memories of the fact that I was spiked and I was out cold, and it really upset me to feel out of control of myself like that. I didn't obviously know, but now I know, after hearing everyone's stories. I wasn't aware, you know, and that was really hard. The next thing that happened was, then I had more trouble at work and was bullied and harassed and had to go through a work tribunal, and that meant I was out of work for a while, so I went back to my mum's house in Birmingham, and then had a car crash, and that was pretty much the end. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want to live anymore. I stopped talking to people. I isolated myself, and that's when I started my blog, to start talking to people about how I was feeling. It was an outlet for me. I started to write poetry. I started to figure out where all this stuff was coming from, why I was a people pleaser, why I wouldn't speak out. It all stemmed back so far, and I hadn't addressed it, and I needed to do that. And I would say to anyone who's going through a lot is go back and work out where it all stems from. Go back and retrace your steps. Work out who you are, not what everybody else has made you become. Not everybody else is their interpretation of who you are. You be who you are, and you be proud of that. Whether it pleases, many people don't worry about that as long as it pleases you. The right people will love you, the wrong people, it doesn't matter. You be happy in who you are, and find your happiness, find that thing that makes you happy, and don't let go of it.